Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. Alright, so it's a very hot day. Just done shooting some of the slow-mo footage for the bike. So in about 5 days we'll be going to Wuling. As you all know, Wuling is one of the toughest mountains to climb in Southeast Asia. The elevation is about 3,275 meters, and it's spread into in the course of 85 kilometers. Last year I went twice. It was quite tough, and I think the reason why it's tough is because of the gear ratio that I had on my bike. So this year I'm all prepared. I trained myself very hard, and we're gonna go up there without any difficulties at all. 3,275 meters. It's very high. It's quite limited oxygen on the top of the mountains, but if you train hard, if you pace yourself up slowly, I think it will be a piece of cake. So let's take a look at the bike. Now, the gear that I'm using would be a StremForce CX1. It's a one-bike system that is created for gravel, but I'm actually using for my road bike. It works the same. I've been using this for about 6 months. It works exactly the same as a road bike group set. No any disadvantage at all. So the reason why I go with one bike is because I'm a fan of one bike, and the gear ratio that I'm using is going to be close to a mountain bike ratio. It's giving me a lot of easy gears and also on flat gears as well. So let's take a look at the gear ratio. We're going to talk about gear ratio right now. Last year when I went up to Wuling, I was using a compact crank 50-34 and 11-30 cassette. Had a tough time, not really that fit, and just an average weekend cyclist. So this year is the fine tuning. I finalized this fine tuning, and it's gonna be a rock solid climb up there, right? So 3,275 meters, 85 kilometers. This group set is gonna kill it, right? So let's have a look. Okay, so this is actually a the single chainring crank by StremForce CX1. It is a carbon crank, 170mm. Chainring that I'm using is 40T, and the cassette that I'm using, this is a Type 2.1 RD by the StremForce CX1. It's very good. It's a long cage, at which is able to cater to a large sushi plate cassette over here. Yeah, most of my friends calls this a sushi plate. So the gear ratio over here is 11 and 42. So if you take a look at the ratio, it's 42 and 40 over here. So it's going to be a very good ratio when I'm doing the climb. So I'm pretty sure that I will not be using that setup, 40 to 42. Will not be using this most of the time, but when I really need it, it's there for me. Okay guys, so that's the setup for my bike up to Wuling. And for those, if you guys are planning to go up to Wuling, and if you do not want to change to a single chainring setup like the one that I had, you want to maintain the double chainring that you have, you still can do that. Probably if you're using a compact chainring, a 50-34, and what you need to do is just to change the cassette to maybe 11-34. You can purchase an Ultegra cassette, very cheap, or a Shimano 105 cassette, very cheap as well. Just plug into your wheel set, and then maybe you need to change, maybe you need to adjust the B screw a little bit. Talk to your mechanics and see what is the best setup. Otherwise, you may need to invest a little bit, change the RD to a medium cage or a long cage, and you're good to go. The reason why we need to have this kind of setup is because we do not know what we will be expecting during the climb. You may be a fit person, but then not be fit enough for the elevation, because the higher you go, the thinner the oxygen is. So some people, if for example like myself, I have asthma. When I go up to 2,500 meters and above, I had difficulties in breathing. So when you have difficulties in breathing, you need an easier gear to help you to go up, because who wants to travel all the way to Taiwan and then not being able to reach the peak because of 1 or 2 gears extra on the cassette? So it's a good investment, not really expensive, and then once you're done, you conquer the peak, you come back, you change back to your original gear ratio, and the long cage or the big cassette, you can keep it for your next touring or your next adventure. Right guys? So let me know if you guys want to know more about the ratio and the bike that I'm using for Wuling Climb. Be more than happy to reply you on the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video, and happy riding. Bye bye. Alright guys, we are done with the shooting for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and ciao, bye bye.